Before Tomb Raider and off the back of the successful Indiana Jones films, we saw Rick Dangerous released into the wild with his own indie-inspired tomb-escaping platformer. It was released in 1989 on the usual range of home computers successful in Europe at the time: the Commodore Amiga, Atari ST, ZX Spectrum, C64 and Amstrad CPC. Here we're looking at the Amiga version. Rick Dangerous is a hellishly tricky platform game which sees you work through 4 different locations. And when I say work, you really have to work to get through this game. Completely by design, Rick Dangerous pulls a hell of a lot of cheap shots on you to stop you progressing. Right from the off, you're thrown straight into the action where a boulder, Indiana Jones style, chases you down. Immediately you realise that Rick Dangerous is not a game for the faint-hearted. But this is where the trouble only begins. From here on in, you have to tackle many conventional enemies and also avoid many hidden traps. There is no way this is a game you simply just play through on your first attempts. It's very much a memory game, as it is a skilled platformer. It's very much a Marmite kind of game. Rick Dangerous certainly has its fans, but also its detractors, many citing its difficulties as the reason it's an awful game. But just like Marmite, the fact it's not for some people doesn't make it bad. Rick Dangerous has probably aged better than many games of the era in the sense that it actually has a lot more in common with a lot of modern indie games such as Super Meat Boy and Celeste, in that it's now fairly commonplace to have this approach of going through repeated deaths again and again until you develop the muscle memory, or indeed to simply memorise the levels to be able to finally beat it. A classic game nonetheless. Rick Dangerous wasn't the first frustrating platformer, but it certainly took it to a whole new level.